saying, man, I hear you talking on that little podcast, boy, but I got these rings over
Lil.
here. You call it
Lil.
What?
What's Lil about Shannon's podcast?
First off.
First of all.
Really? You think
First
that's
of all.
Could you start
First
rapping?
of often.
Oh, Lord. I thought you were going to start rapping, but if you didn't know, man.
You got to pay me to rap.
Shannon Sharpe has his nightly podcast called The Nightcap. He does it with Ocho Cinco and with Gilbert Arenas.
Yep.
And
sometimes with both.
Sometimes with both. But this past week, I mean, Shannon Sharpe has been, getting a little fly out the mouth. He's been feeling himself ever since the Cat Williams episode.
Sound like my co-host. Somebody's got to check.
I mean, I've been drinking a Twisted Tea. What you expect, man? Stop playing. Exactly. But, I mean, so last week, the MVP has been announced that Jokic has won his third MVP?
Yep.
His third MVP. And, Shaq ain't like that. Because, if you didn't know, Shaq only got one MVP. Even though, he's the most dominant force in NBA. He only won one MVP. He came close. He lost it to Steve Nash. I mean, he hate that, but.
I thought that was Kobe.
What? Kobe?
I
no,
thought
Shaq.
they were saying that one of Steve Nash's MVP should have went to Kobe.
It should have went to Shaq.
Oh, the other one?
Yeah, it should have went. The other one should have went to Shaq.
Because let's go Canada.
Because you already know this. You know how
Steve Nash got the MVP.
You know how the NBA.
Y'all both suckers.
You know how the MVP thing's always rigged. But I mean, enough about all that, man. We got the video.
Go Suns, go. Except now, I hate the current Suns. I hate you, Kevin
How you
Durant.
hate? Oh yeah.
And Devin Booker. You
Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal, you suck as well. The only cool guy on the team is what's his name that used to play on the Bucks? Grayson Allen. Shout out you, Grayson Allen. You be hitting the threes.
What kind of white? What connection is this?
I hate Devin Booker. He's white.
He makes. He don't count. Nobody loves him.
He's just like Drake. He can't say the word.
Exactly. But hey, man, this is what Shaq can say. This is what he told Joker. And after that, we got videos to show you what Shannon Sharpe said about Shaq, and also Shaq little diss song that is a little club bopper. I can see it in the club being played.
It's a what?
A club bopper, a club banger.
Oh, okay. You just said it weird.
Oh, boy,
let's play the video.
I thought the SGA should have been the MVP. That's no disrespect.
We're never going to see another guy Shaq's size with his athleticism that was as dominant as him. Shaq should have 5 MVPs.
Facts.
He sees a guy like Nikola Jokic that's not as dominant as him and gets 3 and 4 years. But
I'll get touched up twice. I'm not going to get beat up in practice. And I'm not going to get beat up in the game. So I'll chill in practice, and I'll give you my all in the game.
Lazy.
Shaq is the one that anytime someone wins an MVP, he talks about how he should have been the MVP over Steve Nash. Now, you guys have heard me speak glowingly. I say Travis Kelce is better tight end than I was. So was Gronk. I got no problem. You know why I got no problem, Ocho, with giving people credit?
Right.
Because I got everything out of my God-given ability. God gave me the ability to do what I could do, the way I trained, the way I ate, the way I slept. I would have felt some type of way if I'd have got these numbers and I half-assed it. But I never half-assed it. Am I the equivalent as a football player as Shaq was as a basketball player? No. But what I did do is that I maximized that. You allowed your weight to get out of control. The injury started to creep up, and you got 4 rings.
In the world number.
Oh no, Shannon Sharpe, man, you're way beneath me. Your whole demeanor is faker than new rapper Beefy. You're soft, before you get fly, you rather tweet me. I was in 3 different cars when you was in 3 feet. All I see is dollar signs, they come in 3D. Make it hot, ain't no way around my degree. You are not in my spot, you are like a peewee. Shula got them calling me Rocky the way I reread. I get to the green bag, I don't mean a lawnmower. Jet flying, foreign driving, Best Buy and Don Pora.
God dang, Shaq.
With the ball.
Shaq just won the Drake Kendrick beef right there.
What? I mean, if you didn't know, I mean, Shaq used to rap back in the day. Back in '93, he had that album called Shaq Diesel. I want to say a lot of the songs are either written by Biggie.
Weren't you like 10 to 93 or 15?
I slap you. I was born in '89.
85.
I was like,
it's crazy.
4. I was like 4, 5, one of the two. But nah, I mean, Shaq dropping an album, so this is what the rapping stuff already came from. But I mean,
we knew Shaq could rap. He had his album went platinum.
It went diamond. He's the only basketball player to go diamond. But
Kobe didn't go diamond?
Nah, but Allen Iverson dropped the tape too. That was another basketball player that also dropped the tape.
Did you listen to it?
The Allen Iverson one, nah. I ain't listened to the Allen Iverson one. I didn't listen to the Kobe one.
Did you listen to the Chris Webber one?
Chris Webber made one?
Yeah.
I heard the Kevin Durant and LeBron James track. You heard that one?
Yeah. I heard that.
Exactly.
Kevin Durant was horrible. LeBron was trash too. You don't get a pass either.
But back to this. So the question of the day is Shaq really jealous of all these other? Is Shaq really jealous of Jokic, or is he just playing? Because he has to Shaq in the Fool with he pick on JaVale McGee. He pick on Dwight Howard, even though him and Dwight Howard,
This is over Superman.
Yeah, and then you got the whole
but
Jokic
you got to
thing.
give it to Dwight, man. He sometimes craps on Dwight. Dwight won Defensive Player of the Year, 3-4 times?
Yeah.
And Orlando, Dwight,
he was a beast.
He was a bad man. He wouldn't know. When was like the last time that you've seen a center lead a team to the finals where the center was the best player on the team? I mean, probably since Olajuwon.
Basically.
I mean, unless you want to say Spurs, Tim Duncan. But they always say that he was a power forward, not a center, because he always played with David Robinson, or he played with Humberto, or he played with like another tall guy. So they still try to put him at power forward. But a lot of time though, he always guarded the other team's center. I personally think of Tim Duncan as a center.
Okay, but he wasn't as dominant. I mean, he was good. He was skilled. He was like basically.
Well, I think Shaq gets frustrated. I mean, I don't know, frustrated. I guess you could say he has some jealousy if you're trying to say that's where it comes from, because Shaq thinks that he would have absolutely baptized Joker. Like if Shaq played against the Joker, he would score 50 points, 40 rebounds, and get him to foul out probably in the first half.
I can see that, but
then it's like also like he sees like Rudy Gobert getting $100 million contracts, and Shaq is like, man, it's so crazy. He doesn't deserve that. I didn't even get a contract that big. Or and he's looking at like, these are all guys that are scrubs compared to me, and they're making what type of money? So I see what he's talking about, but he's also got to realize that times change, and literally as every year goes on, people get paid more than they did in the past.
Yeah.
In everything, pretty much is, inflation.
Yeah, like football, all the football players back in the day aren't making what they are making now. Like you see Patrick Mahomes with this big contract, Josh Allen with the big contract.
They getting like $300 million contracts. He wasn't getting that in the 80s.
Exactly, but I mean, I like the way Shannon Sharpe's doing it. Like Shannon Sharpe, if you look at his ranking, I mean,
Shaq can rap. I did like that disc. That was fire.
He was
10 out of 10.
Shannon Sharpe was one of the top tight ends ever. You did have Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates.
I remember watching Shannon Sharpe play.
Jeremy Shockey.
But I don't remember him being like a name.
Shannon Sharpe
that they were constantly talking about.
I mean, when you think of Shannon Sharpe, he was on the Ravens. I remember him on the Ravens because of Hard Knocks, because he was on there, and the dude, the Goose with the big stomach, the offensive lineman.
Yeah,
he was on there with them. I remember that, and also when he was at the Broncos. So every time, that was when John Elway was there. So they always, every time you seen John Elway, you seen Shannon Sharpe.
I remember hating him on the Ravens because I was a Steeler. I am a Steelers fan, and so I always would see that they always play, a few games each year.
True, and I always used to say like he had a mouth like Chad Johnson. He was like Chad Johnson without the antics. Like he was always talking on the sideline, always running his mouth. He wasn't doing no touchdown dances, but he was always running his mouth. But and like Terrell Owens and all that stuff. But I mean, he was real. I mean, Shannon Sharpe was real good back in the day. I mean, he had his brother situation where his brother ended up getting paralyzed or lost his life, one of the two. Comment down below which one was it. But I mean, Shannon Sharpe, I think that's why Shannon Sharpe doesn't like picking on anybody, because I mean, he had his brother lost his life. So I mean, I never really seen him be negative ever since then.
I think just Shannon Sharpe was just making honest comments. Like, I watched the show and man, Shaq was looking like a hater. I don't think he was meaning to be like, "Oh, I'm calling out Shaq." And I want Shaq to be exposed. Like, he wasn't trying to do that. He has the nightcap where he literally talks about it, and there Shaq is a part of the halftime show. So if he's watching the halftime show or the clip where they gave Joker the video, Shaq, it was true. Shaq was literally told the Joker, congratulations on the MVP, but I thought it should have went to Shea. It's like you can't just tell him congratulations. You have to throw shade in his face. It's like, what's the point? He won.
And that's true. And on top of that, I would have understood if this was like the Joker's first MVP. And then I mean, Shaq, why would you say something like that? I mean, it's his first one, but it's like his third one. So
I mean, anytime you're getting an award, no one should be talking down on you when you're winning an award.
I mean, if it's your third one, you can say something.
Man, I mean, honestly, at that point, Shaq looks like a hater.
But I mean,
I think that there's no doubt that Shaq would dominate the Joker one-on-one, either Lakers Shaq or Orlando Shaq.
But you say it's a hater, but at the same time, wouldn't he look like a hater if on TV he's always saying this stuff like about Joker, like, oh, Joker doesn't deserve the MVP, and then as soon as he talks to him on the phone and see him in person, like he's smiling, shaking his hand, saying, oh yeah, you should have won that. Oh, I love it. Like, I mean, it's fake. So I mean, at least he was honest. He stood on it.
Yeah,
that's the only thing you can ask for. People always ask for people being honest. Keep it 100.
I mean, it just depends.
True. I mean,
you never know. It's Shaq. It's just, some people think there's a time and a place.
True.
So they think like this is literally you're giving him the award on TV, and that's the conversation you want to have. But I could also see you wanting Shaq to stay consistent. That if he's kind of talking down on him, and you don't want him to switch up now that he's on air. So I see both sides of that.
And then
but I think that Shaq. I don't really think there's no issue. I think that Shannon Sharpe just commentated on it because he was literally talking about what he just watched. And I think Shaq just took it way overboard that, like, oh, is he trying to get me canceled or is he trying to get me to look bad? Like, why is he hating on me? We're supposed to be, like, friends. Mm-hmm. And I think Shaq took it that way. But I don't know if Shaq really knows Shannon like that.
No, I don't think he knows Shannon like that.
I don't know if, like...
They probably cross paths. I mean, I can see them crossing paths. But besides that, I mean, with the whole Shaq situation, like Shaq always says, like, this is how he is. He cracks on Charles Barkley all the time.
And he's relentless on Charles.
He's relentless. Like, he talks about everybody. So I mean, I understand how like Shaq feels in his opinion. Like he feels like, man, this is how I am. I'm always joking with everybody. But it's not my fault. Like, you think me being joking on everybody is me being harsh to people. Yeah. And like everybody think it's harsh as being mean. And he's like, I'm not being mean. I'm just keeping it 100. Telling you how it is.
I think at the end of this that Shannon is going to look in a better light and Shaq is going to look like he just spazzed out for no reason.
Basically. But I mean, no, at the end of the day, I mean, you really don't have to worry about it no more because they did say the TNT show is going to be canceled because it got moved to, I think, NBC.
That's a rumor coming out right now. I don't know. We almost were going to make that its own topic.
Allegedly.
That allegedly or possibly that NBC is going to rebuy the rights back so that TNT wouldn't have NBA rights, so they can't do inside the NBA if they don't have the rights to show the footage, and they wouldn't be the halftime. I mean, so they would have to do like a just like a weekly show or something. So I don't think they're going to do that. They would just get rid of the show. But I think that they should almost transfer it over. I mean,
there's nothing really gonna be able to replace the TNT show. I mean, honestly. What they may do since
they're so much better than ESPN. Like, it's crazy because ESPN is like the king of sports, because they're like the only sports channel or the OG sports channel. But you watch the ESPN coverage, like even like their people calling the game, that they're way worse. True. You get people like Chris Webber who's out there rambling, talking about nothing, and then on the other one you get like Reggie Miller and Marv Albert.
I like them.
You get like J.J. Redick.
Richard Jefferson.
You get, what's the one dude that always goes, bang? You get that dude. You get Mark Jackson, hand down, man down. You got a lot of good, iconic commentators on TNT on and off the court. And I like that they actually have a show, that they have a halftime show and then they have a post-game show. Because the number one thing I hate about ESPN is that they have a halftime show, and then once the game ends, it goes straight to Sports Center, which covers all sports. You don't get a chance for they'll re-show the highlights of the games that just happened, but they're not bringing those people back from halftime and actually having them break down the game or give even more final thoughts.
You know what I think since allegedly that they're gonna stop doing the TNT thing, that whole like sport, like NBA sports section for like a funny commentating team, that's probably gonna be open unless NBC can get somebody to knock it out of the park. You gotta give it to Gilbert Arenas and his crew, just like they gave it to Pat McAfee.
They're gonna hire us for NBC.
We'll be fire. But we'll be fire. But like they did what ESPN did with Pat McAfee, they gave him the bag, like just because he's talking to Aaron Rodgers, and now like the whole sports segment is a lot better with Aaron Rodgers. Then on top of that,
no, they need to give it to the knuckleheads.
That'd be funny. No, the knuckleheads, Darius Miles get in trouble with the whole Fed thing.
Didn't he beat his case?
He didn't go to jail.
He beat the case.
And on top of that, I just seen on the Knuckleheads, they just started back doing episodes again, but they're not doing it together. They're doing it on a webcam. So like the last 2-3 episodes on the Knuckleheads has been webcam. And then the one before that was them together. No guess.
Yeah,
and they only get like 10K views now.
Darius might have been stuck on
webcam
for life.
He might be on house arrest. He might be on house arrest. I just realized that. Nah, but like ESPN brought Pat McAfee to help to revive the whole sports thing, because all they got is Stephen A. Smith and Mad Dog. People tired of seeing Mad Dog. And then they trying to bring Ryan Clark.
Where did Mad Dog come from?
I don't know.
I feel like they just got like the most generic Skip Bayless clone and threw him on TV and like, just be a dog like Skip.
With
and he's
Tourette's.
like, can I be a Mad Dog? And they're like, yeah, that's it. You're the Mad Dog. And then they just ran with it.
He's been talking crazy ever since.
It's like, what is this like geriatric 70-year-old white dude that's just like, I'm the Mad Dog. That dude sucks.
They got Ryan Clark.
He's like, don't bite me, Mad Dog. Don't bite me.
What about Kendrick Perkins?
Trash.
Oh, okay.
No, Perkins is actually pretty cool. He's probably the best on that crew.
That's
because Malika Andrews is a bum.
Well, so how you feel about
people hate Malika?
So I mean,
unfortunately.
So how would you feel if ESPN? Would you be surprised if ESPN signed Gilbert Arenas and they'll do like the whole night thing for?
They can't sign Gilbert Arenas for legal reasons.
I mean, only person
he doesn't know office etiquette.
Only person left is KG and Paul Pierce. They TV show.
They ain't bringing no Paul Pierce. He got fired. Remember? Once he had the Instagram Live.
Oh yeah,
he had all those women for hire. If you know what we're talking about.
That was his birthday, man. They gotta let him slide on that. How you let him? It's his birthday.
That's what was in his pinata. It's just pinata presents.
I guess. I mean, I don't know who left. I mean, they don't got nobody. I mean, I would say Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, but I think Matt Barnes is already on ESPN. So I don't
think Steven Jackson.
And he's got this little TV show thing.
Oh, they're gonna hire. What's the girl that Malika's spot took? That Jimmy Butler was hooking up with?
The WNBA player?
No, the girl that Malika Andrews literally took her job.
Oh,
Rachel Nichols.
She's on ESPN. No, she's on Undisputed.
She's on Showtime Sports.
No, she's on Undisputed. She shows up on Undisputed with
which is Fox. But then she also does some Showtime Sports with
HBO. Oh, Showtime Sports.
Yeah, because that's Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes.
Yeah,
she's
she
on
does
their
that
stuff.
also. Okay.
But she should go over to NBA on NBC.
True. But any final thoughts about this topic?
We forgot about that one guy.
Who?
Deez.
We're not even 10 minutes in the video. You already talking about Jingle Bells?
These topics.
Horrible.
But what's the next topic?
This guy is crazy. Next topic is, man.